Patrick Christys is thicker than a castle wall. I love it. Thank you for that. Hello everybody, it's Patrick Christys here. I present Patrick Christys tonight 9 to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday, and then I do Late Edition, the newspaper review show, 11 p.m. till midnight, Monday to Friday as well. Well, I've just been told that I've got to sit here now and react to some comments that viewers and listeners have made about me on my social media page. Now, I don't think I've seen any of these before, so I'm reacting to these for the very first time. So here we go. Let's see what you wonderful people have been saying. First one here. When are you running for PM, Patrick? Please save us from the absolute disgrace we've endured for so many years. Oh, well, thank you very much. You flatter me a bit there. I absolutely do not think I've got the temperament to be Prime Minister of Britain. We'd be at war with France within a week. I think I'd probably be at war with half of the Middle East as well. I just don't think I'd be able to really do it, if I'm being honest with you. I much prefer sitting in a studio every night and being able to give my views and talk to my panel and all of that stuff. I mean, also as well, gosh, I mean, being Prime Minister, it just seemed like a monumental intrusion on your life. I mean, at the moment, you know, whilst it's nice that if I'm out and about, people come and say hello, and, you know, if I'm out with Emily and we're at a restaurant or we're on the tube or something, people say hello, that's all lovely. But, I mean, if you're Prime Minister, you can't do anything, really. Can you? It's no wonder Keir Starmer spends so long in his private jet. But anyway, there we go. Oh, here's one. And so, it turns out that they're not all positive. That's nice. Patrick Christys is thicker than a castle wall. I love it. Thank you for that. It makes a change from being called Fred West's son, or that I look like Ben from Outnumbered. Can we see who's written that? Oh, it's my own mother. It's my own mother. Thank you very much, Mum. Although on a practical sense, if I was thicker than a castle wall, you could put me in the channel, couldn't you? And then all our problems would be solved. Right, moving on. Best investigative journalist this country has. Well done, Patrick. Keep putting that good content out there, mate. We need to know the truth. Well, thank you very much. Again, I think you flatter me a bit there. I am definitely not the best investigative journalist in the country, but thank you for that. And one of the things that I think you might be commenting on there is the recent stuff that we did in northern France about the migrant camps and tracking down the human traffickers and showing how easy it is to actually go and find the human traffickers and put their faces on camera and quote unquote smash the gangs a little bit there. I think that was really vital work, because there is a big problem in this country at the moment with a perception of deception, i.e. that our politicians are saying that they're doing a lot of work in this area and it doesn't appear that they actually are. So I think by actually going and putting boots on the ground and, yeah, taking a bit of personal risk as well, it must be said, I think that needs to be done, doesn't it? And I don't think a lot of left-wing media outlets want to do it, because, you know, if they did go over there, then frankly their illusion would be shattered. You know, it's not a camp full of women and children all singing Kumbaya, is it? So there we go. Right, here we go, another one now. Your work across the channel doing investigative reporting not only brings us real news, but it was also bringing us real change. Such courage on display as well. Gosh, you guys have earned top spot and should be proud. Well, on the top spot thing, thank you, by the way, for your comments there. But on the top spot bit, that is, I think, in relation to the fact that GBNews is now the #1 news channel in the country. We have beaten BBC for a full month. We've obviously got to keep doing that. This was just a start. And Sky News is just a distant third now. I mean, good grief. They might as well just pack up and go home at Sky News, haven't they? It's over. Why do they continue to pump money into something that has been knocked into third place and is probably only going to go down from there as well? But I think the reason why we are now at top spot, fundamentally, yeah, it's down to a huge amount of hard work behind the scenes from all the teams here, the people you don't see on camera. It's down to all of the different presenters that we've got, management making some very bold decisions about what we can and can't say on television, standing up to people who want to shut us down. But fundamentally, it is really all down to the viewers and listeners. And there is an army of people out there. I've never, ever known loyalty like it from GB News viewers and listeners. It is a community. To think as well, you know, people used to laugh at us about viewing figures and all of that. You know, well, you can stick that in your pipe and smoke it, can't you? Because we are now #1. And that doesn't factor in all the people that say they never watch GB News but really do. All right, moving on. I said years ago Britain was getting more like Russia every day, 2025, and Air Keir rules. Okay. So good stuff. All right, well, more like Russia every day. Well, it's interesting because there are huge issues about free speech. They like to tell you that there aren't, but then we all know there are. So people serving lengthy prison sentences for things that they've said online is startling, especially when you hold those prison sentences up side by side for people who've been found guilty of violent or indeed sexual offences, and you compare that to Lucy Connolly's Facebook post or whatever it was. It's a bit shocking. And this online safety act that's come in as well, if that was really, all about children and it made such common sense and it was a great thing that needed to happen for the safety of everyone online or whatever, then you wouldn't need to launch the attack line that anyone who opposes it is basically sympathising with Jimmy Savile, would you? That seems like, if you're trying to demonise people, it's like they did with the migrant stuff, isn't it? Like for ages, anyone who said, well, hang on a minute, I don't like the number of people coming across the channel, I don't like the number of people who are coming to Britain legally, you were just told you were a far-right racist. And that kept people quiet. The trans debate, well, hang on a minute, I've got a daughter and I don't like a bloke in her changing room at the swimming baths. All of a sudden you're a transphobe. And they tried to label people with that and silence them. So, there is a lot of that going on. Yes, there we are. Right, next one. It's not the government's role to tell people what they can or can't say. Their role is to serve the people. They appear to have fallen under a misapprehension somewhere along the line. Well, this isn't, to be fair, and you'll rarely catch me saying this, but these words anyway, to be fair on Keir Starmer, this isn't something that's just happened under Labour. This nanny statism is something that's taken place really for years now, being told what we can and can't do, what we should and shouldn't eat, taxation on huge amounts of things like cigarettes, for example. I get that a lot of people think cigarettes are disgusting and they would never smoke. Fine, I do understand that. But you go to other countries and they seem to have more of a personal choice approach to that, don't they? They don't try to tax you into oblivion so that they become unaffordable. I think that there is a thing in this country at the moment that we are hurtling towards, which is that the state should be responsible for every single aspect of your lives and tell you what you can and can't do, which I would maybe be more inclined to accept if the state hadn't knackered Britain consistently over the course of the last 20 odd years. A lot of this started during the coronavirus pandemic as well, didn't it? I mean, those lockdowns, the face mask rules, the social distancing and everything. That was a catastrophic example of state control in our lives. And also as well, really quite revealing about how many people were willing to go along with that at the time. I wonder if that would still be the case now. Let's just have a look at what else these are. Like I said, I'm reading these for the first time. So, our government is the enemy of the people. Well, that's strong, isn't it? Very strong. Well, okay. It depends what angle you're coming at that from, doesn't it, really? I suppose if you're coming at it from the angle of consistently feeling lied to, then yes, I think that there is a case for that. Governments, plural, over the years, have pretty much all been elected on a ticket of reducing net migration and illegal immigration, and they systematically have not delivered that. There is also, I think, an argument about the rate of taxation in this country at the moment that, again, is not just Labour's fault. This was creeping up under the Tories. I mean, good grief, it was creeping up. It shot up under the Tories. Where, the social contract, isn't it? That if you go out and you abide by the law and you earn an honest living and you just want to raise a family and do your thing in life generally and keep your head down, that the government should maybe just provide certain basic services to go along with that, from filling in potholes to making sure you can get a GP's appointment to all of that, make sure there's enough school places for your kids, and keeping you safe on the streets as well, and trying to clamp down on things like knife crime, and maybe not plonking a hotel full of illegal migrant men next to your son or daughter's primary school. So don't seem keen on that. So yes, it's certainly a popular view that governments, plural, are indeed the enemies of the people. Here we go. Here's another one. You really are your own favourite person, aren't you? Well, look, there's no name on that, but what I will say is, when you look as good as this, right? Yeah. What are you going to say? Let me fill you in on my morning routine. All right. So I wake up in the morning. I say my daily mantra, you're great, you're great, you're great, Patrick. Then I do the same thing in front of the mirror for a bit. That passes a few hours. And then I come into work. I make everyone, people won't see this, it's not on camera, but I make everyone line up, form a kind of human tunnel and applaud me as I come in. Sometimes I'll throw down palm leaves, roses, anything really. And then yeah, that's it. But that's just me, and that's who I am. You can't help being this So anyway, thanks for watching. All right. Next, it's a national disgrace and a national emergency. Again, I'm assuming you are talking about the migrant crisis. I mean, we've spoken about that quite a lot in this thing. So yes, and that last bit there, national emergency. This is the thing, isn't it? So are we honestly saying, right, that what I would call the invasion of Britain, which I think at this point it just is, isn't it? 900 to 1,000, mostly men, from parts of the world that do not necessarily wish Britain well, coming illegally across the channel every single day. So are you honestly saying that there is nothing in international law that allows us to stop that? Like, can we not declare a national emergency? Can we not hold them somewhere, deport them immediately? I know a lot of people want to turn the boats back, all of this stuff. Is there really nothing in international law that allows us to do that? And if the answer to that is no, then why don't we just forget about the international law? I know people get all very kind of pearl clutchy about that. Well, so if international law is not serving our nation, then why the heck should we adhere to it? It just seems a bit weird, really. But next one. Oh, good, more. Bog off, you big-headed, loudmouth bore. Sick of your voice and your face on GBNews. Well, thank you very much for watching. See, this is the thing, isn't it? Sometimes people write things like this, and then they'll leave a comment about like, oh, can't stand the sight of you. I hate watching and listening to you. And I disagreed with what you said at 10:55 p.m. on Wednesday, which means, really, that you've watched the whole show, haven't you? You've started at 9 p.m. You've hated me for an hour and 55 minutes. And then right at the end, you decided to send me a tweet telling me what a prat you think I am. I know he said something else there. So I'm just grateful if you watch. And look, hey, you know what? I'll win you round. There'll end up being a topic that we do here that means a lot to you, or means a lot to your family, or means a lot to your friends, and we'll do it better than the Beeb or Sky News will do it. And maybe you'll think, oh, actually, all right, go on, fair enough. There you go. So, right, another one. Oh, gosh, there's... How many of these have we got? Good work, Patrick. Wish there was more like you. Oh, well, that's interesting. Why don't you go and tell the bloke who's just tweeted the other thing that actually you like me, and you can do that. So there we go. Although I think it's a really good thing for Britain that there is not another person like me. I think it's a very good thing for everyone who works with me that there's not another person like me. I don't think anyone really, apart from you, would like that. You have done more to highlight the terrible people coming into this country than any other media outlet or MP. Fantastic work, Patrick. Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah, just again on that, really. I've been to Calais a couple of times now. I'm planning on trying to do something else, maybe somewhere else around Europe. But what I think governments and a lot of the charity sector that tell us that every single person coming over is a poor, desperate person who needs our love and affection, what they rely on is people not bothering to go out there and show the scale of the problem for themselves. I mean, a good example, again, is this thing about, like, we've given the French £500 million or whatever we've given them. And our government will tell you that means the French are taking action. Well, then I went over to France and I came off the Channel Tunnel, and within 10 minutes I found an empty migrant boat in the water ready to go with petrol and life jackets on it. And that was just like in quite a busy town in France. And you think, well, are the police really doing anything with our money? Because it doesn't look like it. And then you've got those camps, the massive camps, with charity workers in them. Charity workers, in my view, helping to aid and abet the smuggling of people across the channel. They would obviously just dispute that, but I don't. I think that's exactly what they're doing. And again, that's the only thing that can be revealed if you go out there with a camera, isn't it, really, with a slightly more critical eye, which is what I think GBNews has on these things. So hopefully we can keep doing it. So, yeah. All right, well, thank you for all your comments. Less so the people who said I was thicker than a castle wall, and I can't remember what the other guy said. Just someone just told me to bog off, I suppose. But yes, thank you very much, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Unless, of course, the person who told me to bog off and hates me becomes our new managing director, in which case, I'll see you never.